Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act and laws of 1975, the public has been notified that the planning board will meet on September 7th, 2016 at 6:30 p.m. at Town Hall. The Middletown Planning Board notified the Independent, the Star Ledger, and the Two River Times on December 4th, 2015. Notice of the meeting was filed with the Township Clerk and posted to Town Hall on December 4th, 2015. All notification for this meeting is given pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act at least 48 hours prior to this meeting. Roll call.
Mrs. Carroll? Mr. Cowder? Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Mr. Cardell?
Here.
Mr. Little? Mr. Perry? Mr. Rafton?
Here.
Mr. Severino?
Here.
Mr. Sheehan? Here. Mr. Wolf?
Here. Please rise and salute the flag.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please.
Under administrative matters, we have vouchers, old business, 2015-06, village
Can't hear you. Louder.
2016, 400, 62 Center Avenue,
Right here.
we carried to the proper fifth meeting, and then we have the review of ordinance number 2016-318.
Did everybody hear that 2016 400, which is 62 Center Ave, will not be heard tonight? And that's going to be re-noticing on it.
You're going to re-notice, we're going to set a date.
This letter is October 10th.
But they have not submitted the plans yet.
Right. So it's not being heard tonight, the plans have not yet been submitted, and if you're here on that application, they're going to re-notice for night, presumably on October 5th. So it might be a different night. Notice is not being carried. You're going to re-notice.
Okay. I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of August 3rd, 2016.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Approval of the resolutions.
We have two this evening. The first one is 2015-104 Short Home Builders was denied for a minor subdivision. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
We need a different second.
Second level.
Mr. Perry and Mr. Sheehan. Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
And Mr. Schultz.
That's enough, because it's a resolution to memorialize, so.
And number 2015-210 American Arts Corporate Center was an approval for a minor site plan with a parking variance. Please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Mr. Cardell?
Yes.
Mr. Rafton?
Yes.
Mr. Severino? And Mr. Wood.
Yes.
This is an open meeting to the public. Is there anything not on the agenda that the public would like to bring before us this evening? Not. Nothing. We move to administrative matters. Payment of vouchers. Carl?
Reviewing the vouchers for today's date, pending September 7th, 2016. Virginia Fine, $3,180.40. For Tina and Associates, $7,553.24. For David Holder, $1,170. And for vouchers approved for the planning board, $4,368.50. I make a motion that the total of $16,272.14 be approved.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, that brings us to 2015-206, Village 35.
Thank you again for the record, Mark Pulley Castro, attorney for the applicant. Our engineer, Mr. Chairman, I'm told is approximately 5 minutes away. Who's our first witness? We also have our architect here this evening, so we have 2 witnesses that we're presenting. We also have our landscape architect.
Mr. Castro, we are sitting here, and when we moved this meeting and carried it to tonight, we was with the expectation that Toll Brothers was going to be complete and a file. And we also made the decision back in June that Toll Brothers and National Realty's joint individual applications would be consolidated as the only way to get through something this large. So again, we assumed now, Toll Brothers still has not been deemed complete. So we can't truly move forward with a consolidated application. National Realty, in effect, filed changes to the plan as late as August 26th, which we originally agreed that our engineer would be on vacation back then, and he has had no chance whatsoever to review those changes. Our planner did do a quick cursory review of the final changes, and in her letter, it raised the possibility of jurisdictional issues. Those have to be resolved before we move forward. So, let's go home. On top of that, our engineer, based on 615 testimony by your engineer, has resulted in a 56-page letter pointing out the problems, the omissions, and any issues with it. It'll be that. Could you please turn that on? Soon to be my 30-year term on this board. Never seen a 56-page review letter, ever. And our planner added a 41-page review letter here. So, I see no purpose in moving forward.
Well, we do have our architect here.
I don't care.
Can I just say,
I don't.
you're not going to let me speak?
Your architect was only if there was time allowed, and it was only in trying to be reasonable about this application. The 2 applications haven't even, one isn't even on the completeness list, and so far, the testimony that was provided by your engineers resulted in a 56-page letter. So,
Well, I think the transcript reflects your agreement, Mr. Chairman, that we could put our architect on respectfully.
no,
Let me just finish.
we could. I didn't say we could. If you look at the transcript you provided, it clearly indicates, it clearly says, we could pick up with this testimony. And I was referring to your engineer's testimony on September 7th.
You also said in fairness, we should not be delayed if toll was not ready tonight. So the transcript speaks for itself in that regard. We have all of our witnesses here this evening, and we would like to, for the record, put the witnesses on.
Mr. Paul Castro, did you, in the transcript, is there a mention in there with regard to the submission of, late submission of plans on the 8/26?
Well, those were submitted 10 days in advance in accordance with the MLUL,
Right, was
in
there?
accordance with law, and your ordinance.
Sure. There was discussion.
No, we had.
Yes, they were.
We had a discussion that clearly stated when Mr. Keating would be on vacation, not available to review plans. You don't recall
My
that?
objection stands on its own, and I don't want to belabor the point. Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, I think I was here, we were all here, and I think it was a common sense approach that you, in my view, adopted in the event that toll brothers were not ready on today.
Let me just, as a legal matter, the 10 days just means that plans have to be on file at least 10 days prior for a public hearing. It doesn't mean that when somebody hands them in 10 days prior, that the board must hear that application at its upcoming meeting 10 days hence. So it's a notice issue. I don't think our ordinance says that if you get the plans in 10 days prior, that you're on a public meeting. I think the agenda is set by the chair, the professionals, the administrative staff, the planning staff. So I recognize that there's probably no, level and purpose of handing it in before that, but it was, I think, pretty clear. Mr. Keating was going to be on vacation. It was the week before Labor Day. And the plans came in on that Friday. And Sam was able to at least give a quick review and notice the potential jurisdiction issue, and noted it in her report of the same day, August 26th. I think that it's done whatever it could to try to move this along, but, toll hasn't caught up, and National Realty's plans are coming rolling in on whenever they want to submit something else, they submit something else.
So, Mr. Chairman, what is the current plan in terms of scheduling? My objection is noted for the record, and I stand by the objection, but nonetheless, what is the proposed scheduling? To the extent toll is not ready, for example, next month, are we again in your view to be delayed yet another month? Is that the
No.
Why not? Same as we are here tonight.
You want to let me finish the plan?
Yes.
The plan is that when toll is deemed complete in 5, then we can continue. At which time, by the way, either both you and toll renotice, because we don't know when they're going to be complete. And we move forward with that date. You can either file independently, or
Could you use the microphone, please?
We can, yes.
or you can either file independently as National Realty and as the toll, or they could submit, since it's for the same piece of property here.
So are you, I'm sorry,
They can file jointly
On the notice.
on the notices.
so are you carrying this application to a hearing date certain tonight?
No.
You're going to make us renotice?
Yes.
Why? We comply with the notice requirements of the MLUL. Mr. Gorman, I would respectfully ask for your counsel on that, because we've done that.
I think the chair is doing fine. If you tell that, I'll be glad to assist my client.
That's my request.
We consolidated the applications on June 15th. Everything for it to move forward is as a consolidated application. And you were there, so don't look surprised. And now, as I said, Toll Brothers is still not ready. You're still not deemed complete. Do we have a date for their completion, Sam?
Usually it's 45
in here?
Typically, it's 45 days, and if Deb, correct me if I'm wrong, but they submitted last week. My staff is reviewing it. So we have 45 days since their submission, which was,
Say roughly September 1.
yeah, let's say, yeah, right, so it's
Mid-October.
mid-October.
And it could be deemed complete prior to that.
It could be, yes, but we typically have like 45 days, so if we receive them, say, on September 1st, then by October 15th, we deem them complete, but we have then 90 days to schedule them on the agenda, 95 days if there are no variances, and the engineer's office, my office, has to do a complete review. So,
You've got to do a review, but I'm talking about them being complete.
we have 45 days.
You've got 45 days. And they haven't been deemed complete at this point because what has been missing?
They have to submit architecturals, and there was certain other engineering issues. I'm afraid I don't remember the top of my head, but the big ticket item was some engineering items were not submitted, and architecturals. We needed, I think.
I'm sorry. We've got a phone on in here?
No, it's just an echo.
It's my echo.
Oh, it's your echo.
That was.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
that's.
The only thing that I'd like to add, well, is, in my opinion, because if we have a consolidated hearing, we have common facts, common legal issues, common notice, one property, I think the hearing should be consolidated. That's the board's opinion. They consult my counsel, and that's my opinion, and I believe the board took the correct action, consolidated. There is no practical way for this board to hold two concurrent hearings, one for toll and one for national realty, running on two different paths, with two different sets of witnesses, with common facts, common issues, drainage, traffic, etc. That's just not practical. Back in March, I wrote a letter and said the board saw two alternatives: consolidate them or do them one at a time. Frankly, no one paid attention, and Toll Brothers filed. That wasn't one of the options that the board had presented, although other options, I guess, could have been there. It wasn't the exclusive place. But having two concurrent hearings, confusing the public, confusing the board, repetitive testimony, it just didn't make any sense. Well, that's an option that's off the table, having two concurrent hearings. I am concerned about the fact that by consolidating, and again, we didn't force that issue. We believe the toll application might file to force that issue. What do we do with the two hearings in June that were noticed only for national realty, and only those people interested in that came out? If the board is consolidating the whole proceeding, we have two orphans out there without, arguably without proper notice for consolidated hearing. It's my opinion, and my advice to the board would be that the notice for the consolidated hearing be sent out either jointly or individually for a date to be set after toll being deemed complete, and that the hearings start then. And there wasn't a whole lot of progress made during the first two meetings anyway.
We disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We disagree.
Okay. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm right all the time. I'm right most of the time. But then I make mistakes, we all. But, you know, I don't want to see, obviously this is going to be an adversarial proceeding. Mr. Gazarovski's has been hired by one or more people to project. There's a room full of people who are concerned about this. And it's likely in his court. So why go into court with these two orphans out there where there are procedural issues, notice issues, I just don't see why it's worth it. And I think it's a decision to be made by the board, and I would counsel to say, start over. And that way it cleans up that issue, takes it away, and everyone's on the same page. I know that may not be what your client wants, but I'm protecting my client, I'm protecting the process.
We understand your position.
On top of that, Mr. Policastro, as I said earlier, a 56-page review letter, by starting over, gives you a chance to refile that as a cleaner application.
We're in agreement on a lot of those issues, Mr. Chairman. A lot of those issues, we've met many times with your professionals who've been excellent, frankly. So that is misleading to say the least. We're in agreement on a lot of those points in that letter.
But you haven't documented that yet.
Oh, yes, we have. So that will
I
play
got
out.
a 56-page letter that I will go through line by line with you, and then we can count them up at the end. If you want to be argumentative, that's fine. You're going to waste your time, my time, and everybody in this room. So, if we can pick a date certain, which I would love to do, it's all hinging on your review, Sam, or Rob, in terms of their completeness. Now, 45 days from when they filed wins, September,
Roughly, the completeness is mid-October.
mid-October, okay, let's back up. Mid-October, you then can say it is being complete October 15th, 16th, whatever it happens to be. You have to get back to them, at which point in time, that's when they have to notice.
Well, there would have to be a date set.
They have to provide us with 15 copies, so sometimes when we deem them complete, we'll ask them to make revisions to their plans to address our concerns, and then as per Emmanuel, on the date I certify them as complete, they have 95 days to provide us with, for our office to schedule them on the agenda.
Please, to make a decision.
To make a decision, right. Yes.
But really, if that's not going to be extended, so you can't even begin to start scheduling a hearing date until you know the date.
That's correct.
And so if the board wants to contemplate a date and project the date out, that's fine. At this point in time,
Yeah, I'm not trying to hold you to, because I don't know what you're going to find. As good, bad, or indifferent in their file. But I'm just trying to look to see if we can at least give the applicant and the public, et cetera, some sense of the soonest is December.
I also wanted to make a comment to that, that also once we deem them complete, and should they be deemed complete, should they have provided us with all the information we requested, Rob's office and my office should also have adequate time to do the review so we can help you look at the plans and understand them. So I would probably be in agreement that if everything is right, and I mean, it's final decision is the board's, but these are the timeframes that I'm thinking.
I'm sorry, you wound up at what prospective date?
the earliest would be December.
Yes, the earliest
Okay.
would be December.
What is the exact date?
We have to. Yeah, December 7th. 1st, October 15th, somewhere in there. Where
I can safely say before your planning board meeting on October 5th, we'll be able to give you an answer, whether the submission is complete or not. October 5th is when the board meets.
Right.
So,
That's our next meeting.
correct.
Which would then give us time, the notice, et cetera, review letters, et cetera.
But given the application, I would very, very respectfully suggest that the engineer's office and my office have adequate time to review.
I'm not disagreeing with you, I'm just trying to get around how, where that reasonably works out to be, that's all. So that the applicant knows, objectors know, things.
I have a question. With the incoming work that you do have in the next 3 months, can it be done? That's really a question, because you have a lot of things on your agenda.
Well,
Before you make a decision like that.
this is all business, it goes first. You go first.
And if you want to throw a tentative date out there, okay, but don't pick one, because we're going to lock ourselves in, and then we're going to wind up getting the same. But you said, the earliest date would be the December 7th meeting, but it might not be that. We don't know what the other hearings are, how much, there are things that might have to get wrapped up that if you carry from October or November. You don't know if you get 5 minor subdivision applications tomorrow. We don't know what the board agenda is. Right now, it's not happening. Granted, it's not happening. So my recommendation would be, if you want to say tentative date, no earlier than December 7th, but that's not written in stone. And that's only going to be decided by the board after the application is deemed complete and there's sufficient, it looks like there's going to be sufficient time for Sam and Rob with their reviews. And then possibly December 7th.
Does that answer your question?
Sure. Thank you.
You tried to find it. So,
Great, thank you.
okay.
Okay?
No. No good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to all right, well, everybody clears up, clears out. Next thing on the agenda is review of ordinance 206,
2006.
Episcopal Church like Catholic ceremony after the. There you are. Robin Moses Rojas.
We have to get no time to speak only on the subject that we have. Yes, sir. What up? Look, I'm going to say something. Well, you know what? It's money. Japanese music. Why did people Up to the next meeting. My name's Carl Bradley. The mayor's not here. This board makes a decision with regard to this application, joint application, whether it is $3 million. And that will be the conclusion of the process in which we're very clear that the answer questions are not addressed. The general public has the ability to ask questions of every application for as long as you want. That's it. The owner,
So on August 15th, 2016, the Township Committee introduced Ordinance 2016-3180, which amended the zoning map within Chapter 16 to rezone certain properties at Block 605 from B2 to R22 zone classification, and as required by the municipal land use law, this ordinance was referred to the planning board to identify any inconsistencies with the purpose and intent of the township's master plan, and a public hearing on the ordinance is scheduled for September 19th. And I prepared a memo to basically explain to you where those properties are, and these properties are identified as Block 605, lots 27.01, 27, 28, 59, and 60. And they're located along Magnolia Lane off of Highway 35. So in terms of consistency with the master plan, the planning board on August 6, 2014, 8 years ago, adopted a master plan re-examination report, which noted that the wooded land adjacent to Magnolia Lane near Highway 35 in the B2 remains undeveloped, and approximately 40% of the buildable land will soon be developed at that time as a shelter for survivors of domestic violence, and that the ongoing viability of the B2 is questionable given its remote location from the highway and limited options for appropriate road improvements. So, in fact, the report recommended that consideration be given to amend the master plan and zoning ordinance to allow residential uses. So, this rezoning is consistent with the master plan, and in fact, these properties that the ordinance introduced to rezone are located within the area identified in the master plan. So if a report with your comments can be prepared to the township committee prior to the public hearing. Do you have any questions?
Did we review this once before, maybe 6 or 7 years ago?
I wasn't here then.
Well, we wrestled with this multiple times over the years because of, as you said,
The violence.
the added women
Correct. That is correct.
place was the last thing we looked at this thing for, but over the years, is there still a kennel back there?
Yeah, it was a kennel.
There is a kennel.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
The kennel is still back there. Is that one of the properties that's going to be converted?
No.
No, these are vacant land. I think 60528 belongs to C2 contract, and the rest of them are vacant. It's all vacant.
With somebody owns it.
I don't know about it.
Somebody owns it.
Oh, yes, it's owned by Mr. Rubito, I think.
Rudy.
I think so, yeah. I can look it up and tell you. I really don't know.
Okay, no,
Bad at remembering names that is not them.
Was there any objection by Rudy?
No, in fact, he had also sent in a letter to the Middletown Township Committee 6-7 months ago requesting this rezoning. So we took a look at that, and there was somebody from Seton Hall had also a realtor for them had come to our office to request the rezoning. So
This whole area in here has been an issue over the years, sure, simply because there's really little to no access to the whole area, and there's wetlands that are crazy in there. I'm not sure how developable this land is, but if it is, R22 is probably the best thing to do. So.
I'm sorry, it's Bobito, not Rudolph.
Yes.
Bobito, Rudolph.
As you can see, that there's 2 tributaries of the Lake Creek that go through there, so.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2, if you were going to build houses there, you'd probably build the ones up near the top there where it's already developed.
But you know, even if they have to build houses, Mr. Davis, if it is encumbered by wetlands, they would have to get a delineation done, LOI and approval from DEP to build. So
Oh yeah, I agree.
but it's my opinion as the planner that this is a better use of better zoning. These properties are well suited. It's adjacent to other residential properties, which are also zoned R22.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I just wanted to point out that if they did build houses, they're kind of limited because of the wetlands and.
Oh yes, but that no matter what they do, it would be limited by DEP regulations if it's encumbered by environmental constraints.
going to be a challenge for anybody, but anyway. I've got no issue with this. Anybody else on the board, questions, issues, problems? What do you need from us, a motion here?
Just a motion saying you find it consistent with the rest.
I make the motion that we find ordinance 2016-3180 in accordance with the master plan. for
Second.
approval.
Second.
Mrs. Carroll?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Cordell?
Yes.
Mr. Atherton?
Yes.
Mr. Severino?
Yes.
Mr. Shields?
Yes.
And Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Okay.
One thing I just want to make a comment, I walked the property and in one of the creeks where there's evidence of dumping in the area, and like there's a car battery in the middle of the creek, somebody should kind of look at clean that area.
I would, do you know which where? I can,
I can show you on the map here.
Yeah, well, after the meeting, I will get the township, the board and enforcement to take a look at it. I can tell you already.
Yeah, it's nowhere area.